there's only a small number of people that actually buy on price alone. And this is a more complicated conversation because we would have to look at your offer and how it is that you're distinguishing yourself from your competitors in areas other than price. But only 10 to 20% of people will buy on price to the exclusion of all other criteria.
Welcome to the Master Dealmakers Secrets podcast. And now, here's sales growth strategist, John Blake.
Welcome to Master Dealmaker Secrets. I'm John Blake. This is episode 186. And today we are going to talk about 3 ways that you can create cash right now by optimizing your sales in your business. So super excited to be sharing this with you. But before we do that, if you have got people that you've spoken to, that you've sent a quote to, or that you've made an offer to, and they haven't bought yet, I want you to head over to johnblakeaudio.com. What you will get there is my exact system that I use with clients when I first start working with them to optimize their existing opportunities. So this will show you exactly how you can convert more of those people that are in that proposal sent column in your CRM or in your Excel spreadsheet, or however you're tracking your opportunities right now, into paying clients. So it's exactly what it is to do, exactly what it is to say, when to call, when to write emails, exactly what to say when you call, exactly what to put in your emails. I have proven and refined and proven this system over and over again in my own business, in all the different clients that I work with. It is the first thing that I get clients to do to create a big shift in their sales straight away to effectively pay for their investment in my particular program. So it's over at johnblakeaudio.com. Go grab it, put it into practice, and please let me know how it goes. Okay, so 3 ways that you can create cash right now in your business by optimizing your sales. Number 1, in fact, I'll give you all 3 and then we'll drill down on each one. So the first one is increase your prices. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. Second one is follow up, and we're going to talk about that as well. And the third one is attend my 8-week sales mastery certification. So I haven't talked about this before with anyone. This is actually the first time that I'm talking about this, and I am going to give you a little bit more detail on that and how you can get involved if that's something that you want to get involved in. So to start off with, increase your prices. Now, here's what we know. You can increase your prices by 10% tomorrow, and it will have little or no effect on your sales, right? You can increase your prices with existing clients and with new clients tomorrow, and it will have minimal, if any, effect on your sales. I have had so many different clients that have put up their prices, not just 10%, like 20%, 30%, and it almost never affects their actual demand or their conversion rates. The first reason is that you're probably not charging enough already, and it's probably been a long time since you actually increased your prices. So 10% would probably be a minimum. It's a safe minimum, but hey, 10%, guess where it goes? Straight on your bottom line, because your fixed costs are fixed. If you increase your prices by 10%, that goes straight into profit, and that profit goes straight to your bottom line, which basically goes straight into your pocket. So 10% is a really good place to start. There's only a small number of people that actually buy on price alone. And this is a more complicated conversation because we would have to look at your offer and how it is that you're distinguishing yourself from your competitors in areas other than price. But only 10 to 20% of people will buy on price to the exclusion of all other criteria. And the last point that I want to make is that it will have minimal impact. Minimal impact. I know I've said that before, but I want to reiterate that point. It will have minimal impact on your conversions and on your sales. So increase your prices. Really simple thing. You don't have to change anything else in your business. You don't have to change anything else in your business. Just increase your prices, and that will go straight into your bottom line. Great way to get really quick cash in your business. The second one is follow up. Now, at the start of the podcast, I talked about the system that I have refined myself and that I teach with all my clients. And the reason that I keep offering that is because I know that it is a really valuable resource. So if you go to johnblakeaudio.com, you will get my system for following up. Now, it works for following up people that you've spoken to, that you've given a quote to, that haven't bought yet, but you can also use the same idea and the same frameworks to follow up leads that you never actually contacted, right? So I reckon the average, in fact, I don't reckon the average, the average number. So if I have a client that receives 100 leads, the average number of leads that they actually contact out of those 100 is about 30%. A lot of people who listen to the podcast want to know what we do over at Master Dealmaker Secrets. And effectively what we do is we work with sales professionals and business owners all over the world who are seeing massive increases in their top line sales revenue. So we help business owners and sales professionals to effectively focus on the three key drivers to growing sales revenue in your business. The first one is controlling the message that you send out into the marketplace so that potential clients see and hear and read what you do as an opportunity as opposed to your competitors. The second thing that we do is we help you to create a direct path to the 20% of your ideal clients that will deliver 80% of the revenue. So everyone knows the 80-20 rule. We help you to develop a direct path to the 20% of the people that are going to give you 80% of your sales revenue in your business. And the third thing that we allow you to do, that we create a process for, is for you to be able to double the amount of leads that you get that convert into paying clients. So if this is of interest, we do have an application-only process to become involved in this particular program. And to get to there, all you need to do is to go to www.johnblakescall.com. So it's JOHNBLAKESCALL.com, and there's a couple of questions to answer there. And then what you'll do is get on a quick conversation with me, and I can find out a little bit more about what you've got going on in your business and see potentially whether what you are doing would be a fit for what we could help you with. And at that point, I can extend an invitation if it's a fit, and you can make the choice to come on board or not. So that's the opportunity. That would be the next step if you're looking at how you can take things to the next level. If you're enjoying what you're hearing on the podcast, if you're getting value from it, I invite you to do that, and I will look forward to talking to you. The website is www.johnblakescall.com. Talk to you soon. So there's 70%, anywhere between 50 and 70% of leads that never even get contacted. Now, admittedly, some of those leads, you try to call them, you can't get through, you email them, you text them, and there's, some subtleties in terms of how to actually play that game so that you convert with a higher number of them. In fact, I've got another podcast where I talk about how to engage higher numbers of web leads. So feel free to go through and find that podcast. It's a ripper. But following up with quotes that you've actually sent to people but they haven't bought yet, following up with leads that never contacted. But thirdly, and this is probably the biggest source of untapped sales within most organizations that I deal with, is speaking to people that have already bought, right? These are people that have already voted with their wallet. So we've got three sources of really quick cash in our business. We've got people that have been sent a quote that haven't bought yet. We've got leads that inquired about our product or service, and we haven't actually spoken to them yet. And I think it takes about 6 or 7 times to actually reach a lead on average. So most people are giving up well and truly before 6 or 7 times. Most people will try 1 or 2 times. Most people that I deal with will try 1 or 2 times to reach a lead, and then after that they will give up and they'll delete that lead, which is a mistake. You need to keep trying, because they had an intention to speak to you about something, but for whatever reason something else became more important. But that doesn't mean that they're not interested. Keep trying to get those leads. And then the third one is speak to people who have already bought from you, because there's a good chance that they might want to buy again. Or you could work with someone like me and come up with an offer that you can actually make to those people for a second purchase or a third purchase. So that's a really simple second place to look. We've talked about increasing your prices. Second place is follow up. Third is attend my 8-week sales mastery certification. Okay. So this is brand new. I've not spoken to it anywhere else. This is the first time I'm talking about this. I have run a one day professional sales masterclass in WA for longer than I'd care to admit, but close on 20 years, right? But I've only really ever run it in Perth. So it's a one-day event. It's an in-person event, and if you don't live in Perth, I have had people fly over from the East Coast to attend it. But if you don't live in Perth, you're probably not going to come. It's probably not going to stack up on your radar to attend that event. I did run one in Melbourne once, but that's it. I've never, ever run this event outside of Perth. So I do have a lot of clients on the East Coast and places, other than Australia, in New Zealand and in America. And so now, finally, I am running an 8-week sales mastery certification. So I created it originally for the people who want to work with me that don't live in Perth, and they might be sales professionals, they might be single, type operations, and they can't afford my high ticket program that I run. So that's the reason that I originally put it together. And I have also created it for people who have applied for some of the sales roles that I've advertised over the last 2 years, but they weren't selected. But I wanted to have a pool of people that I've actually certified that I can draw upon when I get asked, because I have constantly people asking me, do you know any great salespeople? And who else would I feel like would I be confident enough to recommend than people that I've personally worked with in my certification program? So that was the other reason that I developed it. And it involves learning the high converting sales system responsible that I've developed over 35 years of doing this, responsible literally for hundreds of millions in extra sales, and it supports premium pricing. So if you're selling something that's not under $1,000, if something that's $2,000, $3,000, $10,000, $25,000, this process supports premium pricing. And so that would be the third place that you can go to get quick sales. And if you're interested in that, at the moment, the best way to find out more about it is to email me, which is John, JOHN, at John, JOHN-Blake, BLAKE.com.au. Or if you are driving and you can't remember that email address, just do a Google search for John Blake Sales. My website will come up, hit the contact form, send me a note, and I'll get some more details to you. So I hope that's been helpful. As always, thank you very much for listening, and I will talk to you on the next podcast. Cheers.
You've been listening to Master Dealmaker Secrets with John Blake. Subscribe to get more in-depth strategies and maximize your sales process with new episodes every other week. And double your inquiry to sale conversion with the lead flow you already have. Go to johnblakeaudio.com for his exclusive, free, no fluff audio training and companion PDF guide.